Well, here on 1460 KXNO and 106.3 FM. Glad to have you here with us. A bit delayed getting started tonight, but looking forward to Game 2 of this doubleheader, Waukee and Johnston. Game 1 went to the homestanding Warriors. Waukee jumped out to an early 4-1 lead through one, but crooked numbers on the board in the first, second, third, and fourth innings as they cruised to a 12-3 win in that first game and handing Johnston their first loss of the 2020 high school baseball season. Game 2 here tonight should be another good one. Johnston ranked number 4, Waukee number 5. The Dragons now 8-1, Waukee 7-2. And Johnston will go like this. Leading off the shortstop, number 19, Ben Wilmis. Batting second is Gabe Swanson, the second baseman. Parker Shoup bats in the 3-hole. He's the left fielder. The designated hitter batting cleanup is Caden Steck. Jake Tilgis will bat in the 5 spot for the Dragons. He plays third base. The pitcher will bat 6. That's Jacob Wolver. Batting 7th, Connor Caney, the center fielder for Johnston. The first baseman bats 8th, and that is Sam Neville. And batting 9th, Jordan Rush, who will get the start in right field in Game 2. The starting pitcher for Waukee will be number 9, Jacob Barton. Barton has been an outstanding player in this early portion of the season for Waukee. Head coach Dave Dirk certainly has to be excited what he's seen out of this junior as he has come out and played good baseball both on the field and on the bump this year for the Warriors, and he'll get the start here today. Slow ground ball over towards second base. Good throw. And quickly there's one away as Wilmis is retired.
Next up, second baseman.
Wilmis, outstanding shortstop, also catches for Johnston, but he is down with the ground out 4-3 to begin Game 2. High school baseball on KXNO, presented in part by Rush Niggett of Brick Gentry Law PC. And Bennigan's on Merle Hay, looking for a spot after the ball game. Bennigan's can help you out, was in there about a week ago, and boy, the job that they have done with the renovations, the cleanup, it has been absolutely beautiful. All the staff there wearing masks, keeping you safe and healthy. As the pitch misses low, 2-0 to Gabe Swanson. Left-hander on the mound, that's Jacob Barton for Waukee. He's ready with the pitch. Inside, caught the corner for a called strike, 2-1. Barton making his second start of the season. Has yet to give up an earned run, 4 strikeouts in 4 innings of work. Has walked 3 though. This one tapped out of play over on the right side, and quite a play over there. Young man walking by, and one stung the hand, it looked like. 2-2. Gabe Swanson, a couple runs scored in the first game of the doubleheader. Here's the pitch well off the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes, now 3-2. Swanson leads the team, 14 hits coming into play here tonight, 3 home runs, 3 triples, 2 doubles. Hitting .583 here, he's able to coax the walk. 4th walk of the season now. Some just absolutely ridiculous numbers for Gabe Swanson. He stands at first base, the first base runner of the night. Something we've seen here in the first week and a half of the season has been continued walks out of pitchers, not quite fine-tuned like you normally see. Right away, Swanson off with the pitch. Throw down to second. He'll skip in front of the bag, and Swanson will take second base easily. Had a great jump over there off the pitcher. And Parker Shoup now looks at an RBI opportunity for the Dragons. Top of the first inning, no score. Johnston and Waukee. Board with us on KXNO, also video streaming on CISN. Here's a bunt attempt up the third base line. It's a beauty. Going to be a tough play. And the pitcher, Barton, just puts it in his back pocket. Parker Shoup, a bunt single up the third base line. And the Dragons cooking here early on. Runners at first and third with 1 out. And that'll bring to the plate Caden Steck. Left-hander Barton trying to get out of a jam. Middle of the infield pinching in just a little bit. Throw over to first from the lefty. A touch high. First baseman Luke Gaynor, though, able to secure it. Shoop quickly off the base. A little more enthusiasm here from Johnston after things got away from them in game one. Dugout up on their feet. The pitch. Missing low and away. 1-0. Caden Steck on the season. Comes in hitting an even .500. 7 of 14 coming into play tonight. Also 5 runs scored, 3 doubles. He's knocked in 9, third on the team in ribbies. Big looping curveball missed. 2-0. Waukee side wanted that call, didn't get it. Barton ready again. Shoop with the lead at first, Swanson at third. 2-0. Inside corner, missed it again. And it's 3-0 now for Caden Steck. Steck DHing. Played left field in game one. Here's a pitch, crosses the outside corner, and a called strike, 3-1. Steck looking for something he can handle. Hitters count at 3-1 as he looks in. Barton from the stretch with runners at the corners, 1 away. Throw over to first. It'll lean over first from Parker Shoop. He's easily back in though. Shoop very quick to get that lead at first base. Johnston in their yellow uniforms, the gold tops, purple helmets, white pants. Waukee in the all-white look with the purple hats. Runner off, ball 4. And that'll load up the bases for Johnston, top of the first inning, and the Dragons looking to get off to a good start. They did that in game one, as they were able to score a run in the first inning before Waukee responded with a 4 spot. And very quickly, Dave Dirk's going to come out and talk things over with his Waukee squad. Brings not just Barton in, along with the catcher Alex Walsh, but the whole infield for Waukee. Let's take a look at the Warriors defensively across the infield, left to right. It's Cooper Kraus, the third baseman. Parker Hirsch playing shortstop here in the second game. Matt Irvin is the second baseman, and at first, Luke Gaynor.
Now hitting number 25.
Across the outfield, Aidan
Jake
Mcgee.
Jonas.
In center field, Jalen Martinez, and over in right, it's Donovan Akis. Bases loaded, 1 out, and Jake Tilgis will step up. Tilgis had a single back in the first game. Swung the bat well in that one. Also was able to coax a walk. Hitting .250 here in the early portions of the season. Starter last year. Plays a good third base. Some pop in that bat. Tilgis looking for a big blast here. The 1-0. Comes up empty on the healthy cut. 1 ball and 1 strike. Jake's uncle Dan, a friend of mine back in our college days. Know he's listening at home. Shout out to him. His nephew Jake comes up empty on that swing, and now it's 1-2. As Barton took a little something off the pitch. Now 1-2. Bases loaded, 1 out. Jacob Barton working from the windup with the bases loaded. Swing and a miss, strike 3, reared back and got the K. First strikeout of the game for Jacob Barton.
16, Jacob Wolver.
An important one, making it 2 outs. Now can he work himself out of the jam? A walk, a single, and another walk has loaded the bases, 2 outs, and the pitcher, Jacob Wolver. Curveball drops in for a called strike. 0-1. Wasn't getting that corner, that inside part of the plate early, but gets the call there. Ready with the 0-1. This one drops low. Evens the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Jacob Wolver out there, the starting pitcher, and trying to help himself out. 8 hits and 15 at-bats coming in and a called strike. Batting .533, Wolver with the home runs, knocked in 5. Also a couple of doubles to his credit. Has struck out 4 times, though. Also has added 4 walks. The 1-2. Ripped foul. Wolver way in front of that. Trying to find his timing at 1-2. Top of the first inning, no score. Johnston and Waukee. Just a perfect night for baseball here in Waukee. This one's drilled way back, gone! A home run grand slam for Jacob Wolver, his second of the year. And the Johnston Dragons hit his 4 spot in the first. It's 4-0 Johnston. Well, back in game 1, we were talking about it, and if you've heard me broadcast games in Waukee throughout the years, you know this is one of the smaller ballparks you are going to find. And with a big, strong hitter like Jacob Wolver,
Now hitting number 14.
he gets something like that, and it is gone. Jalen Martinez, the center fielder, he knew it right away. And a big blast there, making it 4-0. Just the start that Johnston needed after losing their first game of the year. Going over and talking to a few of the coaches for Johnston in between games and getting their lineup card here for the second game. You could tell certainly a group that was a little bit down and not the normal chirpiness that you hear from the Johnston side of things. They were very quiet over there, dejected, some frustrations. But they've come out here, and the big blast coming off the bat of Jacob Wolver. Called strike at the knees, 1-2. After the grand slam, 4-0 Johnston, top of the first. Still looking for more, and Connor Caney at the plate, 1-2 the count. Barton comes with the pitch, fouls it over, nearly hit Sam Neville, who is waiting on deck. Almost got a piece of him. So Wolver with his second home run, RBI 6, 7, 8, and 9 of the year. That'll make those numbers jump up in a hurry. Pitch high at the letters, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Kenny, the center fielder for the Dragons. Looking out against Barton, the lefty to the plate. Pop foul. Out of play. 2-2 remains the count. The bat went flying back there over near the dugout up the third base side. So Canny comes over, retreats the bat. He's got the white aluminum, and he's ready to roll again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the top of the first, a 4-0 lead for Johnston. Here on KXNO and video streaming on CISN, and that'll hit him. A little John afterwards, too. Like he had something to say back to the Waukee dugout.
Next up, number 26, first baseman, Sam Neville.
Here comes Sam Neville. Runner at first, 2 outs. And the 8th batter of the inning for Johnston. First pitch, a fastball, missing low. 1-0. Not seeing any stirring yet. Up the Waukee side. Down in the bullpen. Check swing, called strike. 1-1. Neville getting the start in game 2. Came in the middle of the first game. 4 of 10 here, a week and a half into the season. 1-1 pitch, went behind him, and also clipped a piece of his leg. So for the second time in a row, Jacob Barton hits a batter.
Right fielder, number 11,
And
Jordan
with
Rush.
2 on, it'll be Jordan Rush. Quick conference out there on the mound. Alex Walsh comes out, tries to calm down Barton. Four nothing Johnston, top of the first, just underway. Late start as we approach the 8 o'clock hour on KXNO. Our video streaming at CISN TV throughout the season. Waukee, West Des Moines Valley, Dowling Catholic, Ankeny Centennial. Bring you softball and baseball all throughout the year. There's a pitch, gets away from Walsh, and that'll allow both the runners to move up 90 feet. So Canny at third, Neville at second. And time's going to be called. Looks like we're possibly going to get a pinch runner coming in for Sam Neville. I believe that's what it is. And it is, yeah. It will be a runner coming in for Neville over at second base. So get a little bit of extra speed. More than likely you'll have a re-entry then back behind it, as that is allowed one time at the high school level at each position. Each spot in the lineup. Brady Hovey will be the runner. So it's Hovey at second, Canny at third, Rush at the plate. Fastball and a called strike, 2-1. The big blast, a 4-run grand slam home run off the bat of Jacob Wolver. We'll see him next half inning, taking over on the pitcher's mound. Missed with the pitch, 3-1. Back ready again. This one wasted foul, 3-2. Four runs on 2 hits in the first inning for Johnston. A walk to Swanson, a single by Shoup, a walk to Steck, and then the grand slam from Wolver. Cold strike, 3, and the side is retired. Not before a 4-run first. All off the bat of Jacob Wolver, the grand slam and a 4-0 lead for Johnston. Coming back with more high school baseball. Video streaming on CISN.TV and right here on KXNO.
In a recent spring storm, a freak tornado formed and moved through the north side of Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. Depending on damage, most new vehicles with minor cosmetic imperfections. Affected new Chevys will be sold for thousands below market value, with a limited number of storm-damaged vehicles available. Time is of the essence to take advantage of this opportunity. You get the rebates and discounts. Now take thousands more off storm-damaged vehicles. Limited time savings. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise and your lights will go on. That's because at MidAmerican Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Half of the first inning here in Waukee. 4-0 lead for Johnston over Waukee. The first swings come from Jalen Martinez. A little blooper into short center field, but right there to make the play is Connor Caney for the first
Next
out.
up, pitcher, number 9.
A
Jacob
grand
Martin.
slam in the first inning from the pitcher Jacob Wolver, and now he got a chance to go out there on the bump. A little bit of confidence, feeling good. Got that adrenaline pumping in there on top of it. Certainly the way you love to start a game if you're a starting pitcher. This one dropped foul, 0-1. From his opponent on the mound, Jacob Barton. It looked like Barton maybe was going to be able to escape the jam. He got his second out with the bases loaded, striking out Tilgis, but Wolver with a no doubt about her home run. 0-1 the count, swing and a miss, 0-2. Wolver comes to the plate. That one grounded foul. We'll do it again at 0-2 with one away. Jacob Barton, great play from him in the first game. Had a big day at the plate, a 12-3 victory for Waukee. Want to get the call there. Didn't. Barton reached 4 times in game 1, a double, a single. Scored a couple of runs. Here a strikeout, though, for the second out.
Next up, designated hitter, number 32.
Quickly 2 away for Waukee in their half of the first inning. It'll be Jackson Wentworth, the designated hitter. Wentworth picked up the win in game 1 on the mound. Here comes the pitch. That one skips low, and it's 1-1. Wentworth came in, just some ridiculous numbers at the plate for Waukee this year. 10 of 16 coming into play, 625 batting average. He added to that with a nice game 1. Also at the plate, ball down, 3-1. Reached 4 times, was hit by a pitch, walked twice and singled. How about that, a 1 for 2, and your batting average goes down. That was the case back in game 1 for Jackson Wentworth. Called strike is 3-2. Inside, called strike 3. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Jacob Wolver, and the side is retired. 1 complete here from Waukee. Johnston, a 4-0 lead over the Warriors. We're coming back. High school baseball continues on CISN and KXNO.
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury. Whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Back with you here on KXNO, video streaming on CISN.TV. I'm Trent Condon. Glad to have you aboard for coverage of high school baseball all season long through the state tournament at Principal Park coming up at the end of July and early August. Here it's 4-0, Johnston leading Waukee. Game 2 of the doubleheader. Game 1 went to Waukee by a score of 12-3. Here's a pitch at the belt, just missing 1-1. Back to the top of the lineup again for Johnston. It'll be Ben Wilmis. Wilmis grounded out his first plate appearance. This one skied, coming back towards me. Better get a hand ready. That's going to hit in the stands. You heard the bang. And it's 1-2. $4-0 our score. Jacob Wolver the starting pitcher, I mean, there's helping yourself, and then there's hitting a grand slam. And it was a no-doubter to right center field off the right-handed bat. He's due 6th up this inning. He'd love another chance. 1-2, down the third baseline, but foul. Willis looking to wake back. Barton, the left-hander, comes to the plate. Off speed and wasted away again from Ben Wilmis. Wilmis comes from a baseball family. He's been committed to the University of Iowa. Sister plays softball at Missouri. Had an opportunity to call a state softball tournament game last year with Brooke. And she did the game, hopped in her car, and then made her way back up here to Central Iowa for her brother's sub-state game. They love the stick and ball games in the Wilmis family, and a lot of success. A lot of victories have piled up throughout the years. Family's got to be very proud of what they've seen. 1-2 the count. Tap foul, stays alive again. That one looked like it stung Wilmis a little bit more. Now he played game 1 back behind the plate as the catcher. A little bit slow. Coach O'Brien going to come over, check on him. Wilmis says he's good to go. One ball, 2 count, leading off the second inning, Ben Wilmis. The pitch, this one fisted right back. And good grab over there. Not sure if it'll be a souvenir or not. Going through a lot of baseballs here at Waukee. This is tucked right back in the corner by one of the drags coming through the western suburbs. A lot of cars always strolling through. Got a park just up the way. Softball complex up the left field line, just past the football field. 2-2 the count. Ben Wilmis, and one of the longest at-bats of the year. Looks to end this with this drive. Out to left field on a line. Leaping and making the play is Aidan Mcgee for the first out. Well, it took a while,
Next
but
up, second baseman, number
finally
8,
able to
Swanson.
retire Ben Wilmis for the first out of the second inning. Now Gabe Swanson saunters up to the plate. Swanson walked, stole second base, came around to score the first of the 4 runs on the grand slam from Jacob Wolver. Here, trying to do it himself. Back to center field. Martinez comes up with it on a bounce and into second base. It'll be a double for Gabe Swanson. Swanson absolutely
Next up,
stung
number
that
3,
ball.
Left fielder, Parker Shoup.
So he's on for the second time, and this is where the rally started in the first for Johnston, starting with Swanson on base and Parker Shoup. Shoup executed a beautiful bunt down the third base line. Was looking to advance the runner maybe. Regardless, it was an infield single for him. Now the third baseman playing in, Cooper Kraus. Ducks down as he watches that ball sail for a ball at 1-1. Shoup playing a left field here in the second game of the double dip. Curveball out to right field. That'll hang up in the air. Making the play with ease is Akis. Allow the runner to advance up, but a fly out to right field. There's
Next
2
up,
away.
Number 20, designated hitter, Caden Stack.
Swanson at second and Caden Steck. Steck walked. That loaded the bases before the big blast from Jacob Wolver. Now an RBI chance for Caden Steck, the DH. Steck played left field in game one. Ball nearly got away. Good hustle from Alex Walsh and turned into a long night for Walsh. He started game one back behind the plate, also here in game two. So in his ninth inning now behind the plate. 1-0 the count. Curveball and a called strike. Good spinner there. Caden Steck, the DH for Johnston. 7 of 14 coming into play today. Pitch just up. And it's 2-1. Steck back in game one. Reached on an error. A walk, had a double, an RBI, and a ground out. This one drilled back, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at third base, that's Gabe Swanson. The man at the plate, Caden Steck. From the windup, the Barton pitch. Up at the letters for a ball, now 3-2. Fourth-ranked Johnston and number 5 Waukee. Cut on and missed, strike 3. Able to get out of the jam with the runner in scoring position is Jacob Barton. Goose egg there. We played 1.5. 4-0 lead for Johnston over Waukee. Coming back with more high school baseball presented by Bennigan's on Merle Hay here on KXNO and CISN.TV.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
Why do I look for the seal? It's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau's seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself at bbb.org/Iowa.
Bottom of the second inning from Waukee. The Warriors down by a score of 4-0. Trent Condon here, bringing you play-by-play action on KXNO. First pitch swinging down the right field line. Down for a base hit off the bat of Alex Walsh. Walsh digging in for second base. He'll get there standing up. A leadoff double. And Waukee trying to come back from a 4-0 deficit. Well, just a smart piece of hitting from Alex Walsh. That pitch was away. Saw the fastball, touched behind, but instead of trying to pull that ball, he just dumped it to right field. Bounced it a couple of feet away from the line and then got on his horse and made his way over to second base. Jackson Payne will come in, and he'll be the courtesy runner for Walsh, the catcher. First pitch, a fastball, missing just off the plate, 1-0. Here's Aidan Mcgee. Mcgee hit a no doubt about it home run back in game one. He knew that one was gone off the bat. Here's a curveball. A big looper and a called strike. 1-1. That was the 12-6 variety from Jacob Wolver. He staked his team out to this 4-0 lead with a grand slam. Came back with the curveball. Fanning out in front was Mcgee, now 1-2. Luke Gaynor waiting on deck for the Warriors. A leadoff double by Alex Walsh. The runner Payne for him at second base. The pitch, that one away. Good block there behind the plate. Keeping it in front, the count goes to 2-2. Long look, and the pitch. That one tap foul, hit off him 2 times, I believe, yeah. It was a delayed call by the umpire for a moment. He swung, looked like it bounced off his leg, then tapped off his bat a second time. He was still in the box. So that is a foul ball. Umpire was on it, 2-2. Wolver, the right-hander, takes a long look at second, now comes to the plate, off speed again, and fans him with the curveball. Well, Wolver is looking confident
Next
there.
Up, first baseman, number 12, Luke Gaynor.
That's a really good piece of pitching. Understanding what your off-speed pitches are doing. You give up the leadoff double, but get that first out, be able to do it with a strikeout, and not let that runner advance over. Here's Luke Gaynor. First pitch swinging, driven out to right center field. That's hanging up in front of the warning track. To make the play is Rush. Makes the throw back in. Runner will advance to third base. On the fly out from Luke Gaynor.
Now hitting second baseman.
And now
number
2
15,
outs.
Matt Irvin.
And that goes back to that strikeout a moment ago of McGee. Now, even if it's a ground out, a fly out that advances there, the runner, then that would have been a sacrifice fly in the first run across. And now instead, Matt Irvin is going to try to extend it for Waukee. And the off speed again from Wolver at 0-1. Wolver making his second start of the season. 7 strikeouts and 4 innings pitched as he picked up a win. Foul tip into the mitt for strike 3. And down goes Waukee in the second. Johnston 4, Warriors nothing. Coming back, high school baseball. We go to the third as we continue. High school baseball presented by the Roshan Corporation on CISN and KXNO.
Central Bank, proud to be a long-standing Iowa tradition. Founded in 1887 in Storm Lake, we've grown over the years from that one location to a bank serving northwest and central Iowa, employing more than 200 people in the region. Being here and being from here, it makes central bankers unique in the banking world. Decisions are made here. Investments of our time and resources are made here. For us, banking is still about people. Our reverence for community and hard work speaks to a proud Iowa heritage. Our passion for small business to bold new directions forward for our bank and the Iowans we serve. Thank you for your support of Central Bank. Let's keep it going. Let's plan together. Let's execute for Iowa's small business, agricultural, and individual banking customers. Central Bank is ready to make it happen. Member FDIC.
Back with you as we go to the top of the third inning in Waukee. Johnston looking to bounce back after dropping game 1 of this doubleheader 12-3 to the Warriors. They lead it 4-0 on a grand slam from the pitcher Jacob Wolver back in the first inning. It'll be Jake Tilgis to lead it off here in the third for the Dragons. 8-1 on the season, ranked number 4 in the preseason rankings. Talked about it earlier on our video streaming broadcast on CISN.TV, but the anticipation is we will find out the teams that comprise each of the sub-states coming up on Friday as they were released in Class 1A and Tuesday, the districts in the smaller classes. 1-0 the count to Tilgis. This one popped back. That one's going to be near the stands and out of play. 1-1. Go, Jake. Tilgis trying to get his bat started here in game 2. A strikeout victim his first time up. Singled and also walked back in game 1. It's Tilgis, Wolver, and Caney due up for the Dragons here in their half of the third inning. This one driven to center field. A couple of steps in, and Martinez is there for the first out.
Next up, pitcher number 16, Jacob
Martinez,
Wolver.
one of the better defensive outfielders you're going to find in the game here in Central Iowa. Made easy work of that for the first out. And here's the man of the hour, Jacob Wolver. Bases loaded, 2 outs. And he was hunting and found what he wanted. A fastball over the outside part of the plate. It tattooed it into right center field, easily clearing the short porches here. Looks like the starting pitcher for Waukee, Jacob Barton, being a little bit more careful. This time with Wolver. Oh, and Wolver with another home run cut. Nothing to show for it. It's 2-1. 4 runs on 3 hits, no errors for Johnston. Waukee 0-1-0 across the board. Curveball missed somewhere. 3-1. Barton, the left-hander, from the windup, comes to the plate. Ball 4. Maybe working around with 1 out. Jacob Wolver.
Now hitting number 14, center fielder Connor Caney.
And we'll get a courtesy runner that's going to come in for the starting pitcher, Wolver. And doing the runner over there, it'll be Jack Hutchison. Hutchison incredibly speedy. Already with 9 stolen bases this year. Mind you, this is game number 10 of the year. Hutchison takes his lead at first base, and Connor Caney at the plate. 1 away in the third. Curveball didn't get the call again. Was just staying a little bit outside. Home plate umpire, he has been consistent throughout this one. Really throughout this baseball season. Every game that I have seen and called, there hasn't been a whole lot of chirping from the umpires. There's always going to be a little. That's just the way the game of baseball is. 2-0 now the count. As a pitch misses below the knees. Caney hit by a pitch. Throw over to first. Looking over at Hutchison, the courtesy runner. Caney now back ready. 4 hits this year and 9 at-bats coming in. Hitting .444. Couple of singles, a double, and a big bomb. A big blast from Connor Caney. The junior outfielder. Playing center field in game 2. Throw over to first again from Barton. Barton very accomplished out on the track for Waukee. Of course, spring sports season's canceled here across the state of Iowa and across the nation. But summer baseball back, and glad to have you here with us on a beautiful Wednesday night for baseball. 75 degrees, our game time temperature. There's a pitch, and that one just missed for ball 4. 2 on, and Johnston looking to add on a 4-0 lead.
Sam Neville.
Back-to-back walks, 2 on. Hutchinson's at second. Caney at first, and we're going to get time called. Dave Dirk's going to come out. We'll see if he's going to go to a new arm. He is. Looks like that's going to be it for Jacob Barton, at least out on the pitcher's mound. We're going to take a timeout here, come back, tell you about the new pitcher coming in for the Waukee Warriors. Johnston up 4-0. They got 2 on with 1 out in the top of the third as we come back on KXNO.
In a recent spring storm, a freak tornado formed and moved through the north side of Shunkirk Chevy Waukee. Depending on damage, most new vehicles with minor cosmetic imperfections. Affected new Chevys will be sold for thousands below market value, with a limited number of storm-damaged vehicles available. Time is of the essence to take advantage of this opportunity. You get the rebates and discounts. Now take thousands more off storm-damaged vehicles. Limited time savings. Shunkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
What out in the top of the third inning as we come back. 4-0 lead for Johnston. And a new pitcher into the game for Waukee. It is Colin Evers coming in to pitch for the Warriors as they chase Jacob Barton out of the game. Gave up the grand slam in the first inning and walked back-to-back batters here in the third. Head coach Dave Dirks said that was enough there. He'll make his way back out to the outfield. Very talented outfielder. And he'll move to left field. Aidan Mcgee then will flip over to right field. Evers, the new pitcher. Evers will take over the batting spot of Donovan Akis, and his night will be over. So number 17 in for 14 in the scorebook. Sam Neville to the plate for Johnston. 4-run lead for Johnston in the third. First pitch, a fastball. And that one missed up and away, 1-0. As the ball got away for a moment from Colin Evers. Evers working out of the bullpen as he's making his second appearance. Just an inning pitched out of the bullpen, gave up a hit. Did not give up a run in that appearance. And quick conversation over there as the catcher now wants to talk some things over. Ever runner at second base, so Alex Walsh just wants to make sure they have everything lined up, what they're doing in terms of what the indicator is going to be for the actual pitch he's going to be calling. Don't want to get switched up here with just 1 out and 2 on. Neville looks out, the pitch. Healthy whack, but nothing. And it's 1-1. Jordan Rush waiting on deck for Johnston as they try to build on a 4-0 lead. Top of the third inning. Johnston over Waukee. This one gets away, and there was that cross-up we just mentioned with Alex Walsh. He's going to come over again. That one just tapped off the glove of Walsh. It'll go down as a pass ball. So Hutchinson to third. Kenny at second. And Neville with 2 runners in scoring position. And 1 out. Long look in from Evers. He's ready. Curveball spins in. Cold strike 3. All right, as the infield was coming in. They were a little late, in fact, getting in there. And certainly I saw the middle infielders both kind of running in there as the pitch was on its way to the plate. Chance to get caught in no man's land there, but the good pitch from Evers able to deliver the strikeout. Here's Jordan Rush. Fastball up, 1-0. Rush, the number 9 hitter, he struck out looking to end the first inning in his first plate appearance. Three hits in his first 10 plate appearances this year. He's also scored 5 runs. A couple of walks, on base percentage at 462. 2 balls and no strikes with the top of the order waiting for Johnston. Pitch up and in, ball 3 from Colin Evers. Well, if ever there was a time, give your man a swing, this would be it, but there's a call on the inside corner. Yeah, that strike zone always seems to expand just a little bit more with the count 3-0. And certainly the case there. Another crack at it now for Rush. Grounded to the left side on a couple of hops. Throw from Cruz in time to get Rush inside is retired. 5-3 on the putout. 2.5 in the books. Johnston continues to hold on to their 4-0 lead over Waukee. High school baseball presented by Hartung and Schrader. We're back with more in a moment.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise and your lights will go on. That's because at MidAmerican Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury. Whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
Swinging as we're back to live action here in Waukee. High school baseball play-by-play. The new pitcher into the game, Colin Evers at the plate. He pops out right behind the plate. The catcher, Johnny, on the spot making the play. And there is 1 out in the Waukee half of the 3rd inning. Johnston 4, Waukee nothing. As Jacob Wolver has been dynamite throughout this. 1 out for Cooper Kraus. Made the final out last inning. Here's a fly ball into foul ground up the first base line, and making the play is Sam Neville, showing some quick feet getting out there. Had a good play from the first baseman.
Now hitting center fielder number 13.
So the defense is hopping out in game 2 for Johnston. Back in game 1, there was a combined 9 errors by both sides. 5 from Waukee, 4 from Johnston here. Game has been much tighter played. Top of the lineup for the Warriors, it's Jalen Martinez. Martinez flew out to center field in his first plate appearance in the second game of the double dip. Back in the game 1 victory for Waukee, 12-3. He had a home run, a single, knocked in 3, scored a couple of runs. Came in and also finished out the ball game on the bump. Didn't sell any popcorn, though, because concessions are closed. Ground ball up the middle. Oh, a beautiful hop right to the shortstop, Wilmis, who gets the speedy Martinez for the final up. Out. 3 up, 3 down in the 3rd for Waukee. We go to the 4th. Still a 4-0 lead for Johnston. Back with more high school baseball in a moment.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
You are hot.
Back with you as we go to the top of the fourth inning. Johnston 4, Waukee 0. High school baseball, this top 5 matchup brought to you in part by Roshan Corporation and by Rush Negative Brick Gentry Law PC, a couple of our presenting sponsors of high school baseball on KXNO. I'm Trent Condon. Glad to have you with us tonight. They're checking on the swing as the ball went behind Ben Wilmis. When it did, his back kind of flipped forward a little bit as he was getting out of the way of the pitch. And actually could have been called, I believe, a strike. They went down and that ball slipped out of the hand now of Colin Evers. Struggling a little bit with his command. It looks like his grip as he's looking at his 2 main fingers. He wants another baseball, and he'll get one, 2-0. Wilmis leading off the fourth inning for the Johnston Dragons. Every at-bat he has had has led off an inning. The first, the second, and now the fourth. This one fisted foul, 2-1. Still nothing to show for it at this point, though, for Wilmis. Had a couple of singles in the first game as the Dragons took their first loss of the year, 12-3. Here leading 4-0. 2-1 the count. Splits the plate with a fastball, 2-2. Evers must have found a ball that's more to his liking after a couple of creaky ones coming out of the hand his first 2 pitches of the inning. 2-2. Slider spins off the plate, now 3-2. Wilmis had a long, drawn-out at-bat, his second plate appearance. Said at the time, maybe one of the longest plate appearances I've seen, certainly this season. There's ball 4. So this one won't be nearly the length of time. But you put Wilmis on base, and that is not certainly the start to an inning that anybody would want. Wilmis with some good wheels, a very intelligent base runner. Just knows the game so well. And that's an adage maybe that's thrown around a little bit too much, but there are certain players you can tell understand the game. It's been the case with Ben Wilmis throughout his career, and he's still got a lot more baseball in front of him. Been playing since early in his high school career. Not as early as possible. One thing head coach Michael Barta never scared to play those young men. Going back 5 years ago with Peyton Williams as a freshman. Wilmis, you're talented enough to play. Doesn't matter if you're senior, an 8th grader, he's going to find a way to get you in the lineup. Throw back to first base, nothing happening there. Count goes to 2-0 to Gabe Swanson. Swanson's reached twice, a double in the second, walked and scored a run, also stole a base in the first. Swanson scored both runs, also had an RBI in game 1. Pitch down and away, now 3-0. Evers trying to be a little bit careful here with Swanson. Nobody out. That's the scary part of this Johnston lineup. 3-0, and he pops it into short left field. Couple of steps into the grass, and making the play is the shortstop, Parker Hirsch, for the first out. And Gabe Swanson, he's going to be talking to himself a little bit, I'm sure, on his way back to the dugout. 3-0 pitch, and took a whack. Nothing wrong with that as long as he got the green light. Just didn't get the swing he wanted out of it. One out for Parker Shoup. Ball 1 low. Shoup singled, scored a run, one of the 4 that came in on the grand slam from Jacob Wolver. Then flew out to right field in the second. This one popped out of play. Foul ball. Shoup Reached a couple of times back in the first game. Reached on an error and a fielder's choice. But with the numbers Parker Shoup's been putting up, he's certainly looking for more here. Shoup came in batting .591. Throw over to first. 13 of 22. Shoup, 4 doubles, a triple. He's knocked in 11. Runner at first base here in the top of the 4th. 1-1 with 1 away. Throw over again. That one bounces off the glove of the first baseman Gaynor, and that's going to allow the runner Wilmis to take second base. Well, a tough one there as that one just bounced off the glove for an error of Luke Gaynor. And a runner in scoring position as Parker Shoup looks out. Left-handed stick for Johnston, up 4-0 in the top of the 4th. Evers with a long look at second. Another, and out of the plate. Shoup shows bunt, pulls it back. Infield now stretched over towards the right side. The third baseman playing in on the grass, Cooper Kraus. For Waukee, runner at second, 1 out. Shoup at the plate, 2-1. Empty on that swing. Good solid swing. He was looking for a blast. You don't need to get a ton to get it out of this ballpark. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Colin Evers working out of the pen for Waukee. Ground ball up to first base and a foul ball. Luke Gaynor was over for it, but that one just jumped into foul ground. So we'll restart it again at 2-2. Wilmis at second base. Shoup at the plate. Top of the 4th inning. The Evers pitch. Foul tip into the mitt. Strike 3. Shoup had a good swing there, but just got a piece of it. That'll be the second out. And now Caden Steck will DH. Batting in that 4th spot. Man, you want an RBI spot with 2 away. It's your cleanup man, and Caden Steck, he'll get a chance here. 0 for 1 in game 2. He walked and struck out to this point. Steck came in batting .500 this year. 7 of 14, 3 doubles. 9 RBI, that's 3rd on the team. There's a curveball, that one hit him. Evers not able to get the snap on that curveball, and kind of like we saw to begin this inning,
25, third baseman, Jake
just didn't have the feel that he wanted with that pitch. So a hit by pitch will put 2 on. And the number 5 hitter for the Dragons, that's Jake Tilgis. Tilgis struck out in the 1st, flew out to center field in the 3rd. Had a called strike, 0-1. Waiting on deck is Jacob Wolver, who has accounted for all the runs with his grand slam in the 1st. Pitch missing low, 1 ball and 1 strike. Gets away from the pitcher on the throwback, but defense back behind him picks him up. Parker Hirsch, the shortstop, comes over. And we'll flip it back to the pitcher, Colin Evers. 1 ball, 1 strike to Tilgis. Ground ball into left field for a base hit off the bat of Jake Tilgis. They're going to wave the runner around. Ball gets away from the left fielder Barton, and that run will score standing up. Tilgis with the single. Run comes in to score. It's 5-0 Johnston. Another sign there, Jake Tilgis
16, Jacob Wolver.
just absolutely stung that ball. He's done that a couple of times tonight. It wasn't coming his way. Got to be happy with that one. Steck made his way all the way to 3rd. On the air, Tilges takes second base. And nearly a wild pitch, but a beautiful snag by the catcher, Alex Walsh. That thing hit about 4 feet in front of the plate over in the other's batter's box. And a stab attempt by Walsh kept it in front of him, where we were talking about another run being plated. Over to the plate. Called strike on the outside half. 1-1. Wolver with the home run. Grand slam in the first. Another big chance here. And the ball gets away. A wild pitch, and another run is going to come across, as Steck will score the 6th run of the game for Johnston. 2 runs plated here in the 4th inning for the Johnston Dragons. 6-0 our score. Tilges at third. And Wolver at the plate. Evers trying to find a way to get out of it. Just an out away from getting away from the jam. The pitch. Up and in for a ball. 3-1. Connor Keeney waiting on deck. Johnston 6, Waukee nothing. This one up and in again for ball 4. Wolver on for the 3rd time. 2 walks and a homer. We'll get a courtesy runner coming in for him, as it'll be Hutchison. Connor Keeney comes out, and a conversation out there on the mound. Dave Dirks talking it over, bringing his whole infield in. A 1st and 3rd situation. Looks like he is going to stay with the pitcher, Colin Evers. But talking things over with this squad, trying to get their alignment, trying to get what they're going to do defensively, and maybe trying to put a little bit of a jolt into his team at this moment. Played so well in game 1, they won it by a score of 12-3. Offense was revved up at that point. Here in game 2, the tables have certainly turned. 6-0 Johnston. Mentioned there was some conversation over in the Johnston dugout before this second game, trying to get this team heads back on straight after taking their first loss of the season. A message received to this point from the Dragons. Caney steps in, runner off with the pitch, throw into second. Not in time. It'll be a stolen base for the runner, as Hutchinson came in as the courtesy runner, and he takes second base easily. Tilges didn't try to score from third there. You'll see that from time to time. So many different combinations defensively, though, that you'll see to combat that. Tilges not the swiftest of runners, so kept him right there. 2 runners in scoring position and a called strike for Connor Caney. One ball, 1 strike, 2 away. 2 on in the top of the 4th inning. The pitch. Missed outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Walsh kept it there for an extra moment. Tried to frame it home. Didn't get the call from the home plate umpire. 2-1 the count. There's a called strike on the outer half. Now 2-2. Kenny was hit by a pitch in his first plate appearance, then walked back in the 3rd. Looking for his first official at bat. 0 for 0 in the book to this point. Ground ball right back up the middle. Shoots it in for a single. 1 run is in. Here comes the 2nd run. A RBI, 2 RBI single by Connor Caney. He'll take second base on the throw. To the plate, delivering in a big way. And it is now 8-0 Waukee. Coach Dirk's going to come out for the 2nd time, and that'll do it for Colin Evers. A new pitcher coming into the game for Waukee. Johnston, 4 in the first, 4 here in the 4th. 8-0 they lead. As we come back, more high school baseball streaming on CISN.TV and audio on KXNO. We're back with more in a moment.
Why do I look for the seal? It's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau's seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself at bbb.org/Iowa.
In a recent spring storm, a freak tornado formed and moved through the north side of Shunkirk Chevy Waukee. Depending on damage, most new vehicles with minor cosmetic imperfections. Affected new Chevys will be sold for thousands below market value, with a limited number of storm-damaged vehicles available. Time is of the essence to take advantage of this opportunity. You get the rebates and discounts. Now take thousands more off storm-damaged vehicles. Limited time savings. Shunkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
And back with you in Waukee. It has been all Johnston in Game 2 of this doubleheader. They lead 8-0. 4 runs on a grand slam in the first inning. 4 more runs here in the fourth inning, and they've done it a variety of different ways. All started, though, with certainly one of the bugaboos of baseball, a lead-off walk. Ben Wilmis got going there, but then with 2 outs, a hit by pitch, a single, a walk, and another single. Plating these 4 runs, Sam Neville will get his first look as Waukee goes to the bullpen again. Neville with a cut that's fouled straight back. It's 0-1. New pitcher in the game, Dylan Fuqua. Waukee going to their third pitcher now of the night. Fuqua, saw him a little bit in Game 1. He was used as a courtesy runner. He wants to check on those signals, make sure him and his catcher Alex Walsh are on the same page. Neville was hit by a pitch, his first plate appearance, then struck out looking in the third. And outside is the call, 1-1. Fuqua, a little bit of funk to his delivery. Comes at you, that 3/4 type delivery at times. Mixing some different arm angles. Off his right hand. This one tap foul. And it's 1-2. Game 2 of this doubleheader. We will be back with you next Monday with our continued coverage of high school baseball. Next week, we will be with you on Monday and Wednesday night. Taking the third off as the CIML is, and for the second time, Sam Neville's hit by a pitch. Ronald Caney actually had a really good jump over at second base trying to get over to third. But they'll take another base runner. So hit by a pitch. Puts 2 on. 2 outs. And Jordan Rush. Rush 0 for 2. Playing right field in the nightcap this evening. Starting to cool off. It was 81 degrees at first pitch of Game 1. A few clouds started to settle in. Just turned into a great night here at the ballpark. As the sun starts to descend back behind us here at the Waukee Baseball Complex. Ground ball over to the right side, couple of hops, and going to take it himself, the second baseman, Matt Irvin, for the putout. But 4 more runs on the board for Johnston here in the fourth inning. They lead 8-0 over Waukee. Coming back, more high school baseball in a moment on KXNO and video streaming at CISN.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise and your lights will go on. That's because at MidAmerican Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury. Whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
Two balls, no strikes. No, that's not right. We're beginning of the bottom of the fourth inning. It's been a long day of baseball. Sitting on the sun maybe a little bit too long here in Waukee. It is 2-1 with nobody out as we begin the bottom of the fourth inning. 8-0 lead for Johnston. I know that much is true. Trent Connon here on KXNO and our video streaming service, CISN.TV. You can purchase a season pass there. Waukee, Valley, Dowling, Ankeny, and Ankeny Centennial. All there at CISN.TV. Of course, limited capacity of many of the fields across Central Iowa. And we will have our continued coverage on KXNO here all throughout the year. Concluding with the state tournament down at Principal Park. Curveball swung on a miss, strike three. And again, Jacob Wolver has been sharp, really from the get-go, as he gets Jacob Barton for the second time with the strikeout. Barton came in swinging such a hot stick, and it has not gone his way, both on the mound as he started this game and now at the plate. Jackson Wentworth, who went down with the backwards K, his first plate appearance, will get his second look against Wolver. Pitch down, 2-0. 4 in the first, 4 more in the fourth, and an 8-0 lead for the Johnston Dragons. State runners-up last year. They fell in the championship game to Urbandale, the Jayhawks bringing home their second straight title. Last night, Waukee split a double dip with those Jayhawks. 3-0 the count. And a called strike. 3-1. Wentworth, the future Kansas State Wildcat, at least if he moves on collegiately. There's ball 4 as it misses inside. Many people think he's going to hear his name called next year in the 2021 MLB draft and do it at a pretty high level. Certainly going to have decisions there. Speaking of Urbandale, that is the next opponent coming up here for these Johnston Dragons, as they'll be home for Urbandale coming up on Friday night. Should be a great set of ball games there, 5 and 7 o'clock. Then next week, the schedule for Johnston starts on Monday on the road at Ankeny. We'll be there with our coverage on KXNO, also CISN.TV. Valley on Wednesday, and then Thursday it'll be a road trip over to Dowling Catholic to take on the Maroons. 2-0 the count to Alex Walsh. Walsh, the catcher, caught all 7 innings in Game 1 and back behind the plate here in Game 2. This one popped out of play down the right field line. 2 balls and 1 strike. For Waukee, they will be making their way to Ankeny on Friday night. Then next week, it's Dowling Catholic, Southeast Polk, and Valley. Ground ball up the third base line. That's a fair ball. Big turnaround. Here comes Wentworth into third. He'll chug his way there and pump the brakes. It's a double off the bat of Alex Walsh, and we'll see. Waukee can make a little push here in the 4th inning.
Aidan Mcgee.
Aidan Mcgee will come up for the second time. Just the second hit of the night for the Waukee offense here in Game 2 of this double dip, after having 10 of them in Game 1. Aidan Mcgee had one of those hits. It was a no doubt about it home run. Curveball and a called strike. That is a good-looking pitch from Jacob Wolver. Well, the first time that he has had some tense moments. Came back in the second inning. He gave up a leadoff double and was able to leave the runner there at third base before scoring a run. Outside of that, it has been smooth sailing for the right-handed pitcher, Jacob Wolver of Johnston. Waukee threatening in the bottom of the fourth. Down by 8 as Mcgee fans at that 1-2. Mcgee waves the bat back and forth. .333 hitter coming into play tonight. And empty on that swing and a miss, and gets the tag out for the strikeout as the ball was down in the dirt. Mcgee retired for the second time with the strikeout.
First baseman, number 12, Luke Gaynor.
2 outs for Luke Gaynor. Gaynor 0 for 1 in the second game. He flew out to right field in his first plate appearance. Gaynor hitting .300 coming into action this evening. 3 hits and 10 at-bats. This one drilled foul. $8-0 our score, bottom of the fourth inning. Scheduled for 7. Time going to be called. Is catcher going to come out, talk things over just a little bit with the starting pitcher, Jacob Wolver. Gaynor reached a couple of times back in the first game, both via walk. Officially 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. So looking for his first hit of the doubleheader. 0-1. Curveball drilled, but foul. Down in the count, 0-2, and Wolver for the second time looking to strand a runner at third base. He's got one there, also a runner at second. He did it in the second inning, now looking to do it in the fourth. Swing and a miss, strike 3, got him with the fastball. Overpowering pitch, Jacob Wolver in control, as are his Johnston Dragons. 4 complete, 8-0 Johnston over Waukee. We're back with more high school baseball on CISN and KXNO.
Central Bank, proud to be a long-standing Iowa tradition. Founded in 1887 in Storm Lake, we've grown over the years from that one location to a bank serving Northwest and Central Iowa, employing more than 200 people in the region. Being here and being from here, it makes Central Bankers unique in the banking world. Decisions are made here. Investments of our time and resources are made here. For us, banking is still about people. Our reverence for community and hard work speaks to a proud Iowa heritage. Our passion for small business to bold new directions forward for our bank and the Iowans we serve. Thank you for your support of Central Bank. Let's keep it going. Let's plan together. Let's execute for Iowa's small business, agricultural, and individual banking customers. Central Bank is ready to make it happen. Member FDIC.
Top of the fifth inning in Waukee, 8-0 lead for Johnston as they come back to the plate. And here's something for oddities. Baseball's always those special little different quirks. Ben Wilmis is now batting for the 4th time tonight, the leadoff batter for Johnston. Of course, led off the game, as a leadoff hitter does, but also led off the second inning and led off the 4th inning, and now is leading off here in the 5th inning. All 4 plate appearances have led off an inning. I don't have any statistical proof behind it, but I'm going to guess. Well, it doesn't happen often. How about that? I think that's fair. 4 at-bats, all 4 to lead off an inning. That's where Ben Wilmis is. He's also looking for his first hit. He reached on a walk in the 4th inning. Grounded out in the first, lined out to left field in the second, and a super long at bat. Just a baseball guy that knows the game, and a new pitcher in the game coming in last inning. It was Dylan Fuqua. So he'll get his first start now, working at the top of the inning. 3-1 the count to Wilmis. Wilmis, Swanson, Shoup due up for the Dragons, and it's a lead-off walk. And those can be killers for any team as Fuqua throws the fourth wide one.
Gabe Swanson.
Wilmis at first base, and here comes the always dangerous Gabe Swanson. Swanson walked, scored a run, stole a base in the first, doubled in the second, flew out to shortstop in his last plate appearance, and watches this one sail up and in as he ducks out of the way, 1-0. Fuqua ready with the 1-0. This one lined into left field, a sharp single off the bat of Gabe Swanson. Ball bounds away for a moment. Here comes the throw to third, not in time. That little bobble allowed Ben Wilmis to take third base, Swanson to take second. A single and then an error puts two runners in scoring position with nobody out. You know, the old adage, speed kills, and that's certainly the case there. Wilmis took the big turnaround second base and led to just a little bit of a bobble by Jacob Barton. Maybe popped his head up a moment too early, checking on that base runner, whatever it is. Runners at second and third, nobody out, and Parker Shoup. Shoup 1 for 3 in the second game of the double dip. Singled, scored a run in the first, flew out to right field, and then struck out in his last plate appearance last inning. Playing in the top of the fifth inning, an 8-0 lead for the Johnston Dragons over Waukee. This one fouled straight back. Now 0-2. Shoup reached on an error back in the first game before he's put together this nice performance here in the second. Looking for a little bit more. An off-speed pitch, knocked back and out of play, 0-2 again. Johnston, an 8-0 start before they fell in game one, 12-3. Shoup hitting .591 before play began tonight. 13 hits and 22 at-bats, 4 doubles, a triple, and 11 knocked in. Watches this one down 1-2. Shoup, a senior, can do a little bit of everything. Plays shortstop, plays center field. Started this game in left field. Another pitch down for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes. 2-2, check that. This one grounded to the right side. That's going to allow a run to score. It bounces away from the second baseman. It'll be an error. Matt Irvin wasn't able to secure it. Give Shoup an RBI on that, as the run was going to score regardless. And now it's runners at the corners. Wilmis across with the 9th run of this game for Johnston. And they have certainly answered the coach's call that they had. Here's a pitch inside to Caden Steck. Steck's reached twice, scored runs both times. He walked in the first inning, was hit by a pitch in the fourth. In between, he struck out. Runners at the corner, still nobody out. Waves at that, 1-1. Steck, the designated hitter. Jake Tilgis waiting on deck for the Dragons. And the pitcher, Jacob Wolver, in the hole. Nobody out in the 5th. And we're going to... The ball hit the batter, but going to say that he leaned into it. Did the home plate umpire. Certainly could see that. There was a bit of a lean. and something that certainly has been talked about here throughout the last couple of years. The umpires a little bit more power on that. Keeping aggressiveness with the batters. Saw that at a state tournament a couple years back down at the 1A level. It was a hit-by-pitch battle. This one, swing and a miss now, 2-2. Runners at first and third. Swanson stands at third base. Shoup taking his lead at first. Nobody out. 1 run plated already for the Dragons. This one got him again. Not much you can do about that one. And it'll be a hit by pitch. Steck hit by a pitch for the second time in this game. And the bases are full of Dragons with nobody out.
Next up,
Fuqua trying to work through a difficult circumstance now. Bases loaded, nobody out. And the middle of the order standing in for Johnston, Tilgis and Wolver. A couple of young men with plenty of pop in their bat. First pitch missing, 1-0. Tilgis 1 for 3. An RBI single back in the 4th inning. This one drilled to right field. That'll score a run off the bat of Jake Tilgis. Throw home. That one's blocked in front of the plate. Runner's not going to score from there, but a nice sharp single again. Another RBI for Jake Tilgis, his second of game 2. Swanson comes across to score. It is now 10-0. And we're going to get a runner coming in out at second base for Johnston. So taking over for Steck in his spot as the runner. That'll be number 10, Jordan Duckett. Duckett, a junior.
Now hitting pitcher.
We'll get an opportunity out there. Looking at the numbers there and the run totals. Nothing yet at that point. On the base pass for the new runner in the game. Bases loaded. Here is Jacob Wolver. Well, he was in this spot, though there were couple of outs in the first inning. It certainly changed the complexion of the game with the grand slam. Now it's 10-0. He has to maybe pad those stats just a little bit. Mentioned, we're not sure how often I've seen somebody lead off an inning in their first 4 plate appearances with Ben Wilmis. I don't know if I've ever seen 2 grand slams in a game at the high school level. Wolver has a chance at that right here. And he tried for it with that swing as he about came out of his cleats. His head was looking back towards Johnston on that one. Pulled the head 1-2. Well, pop out to the right side. Long run out there. Irvin can't get there. It'll be a single off the bat of Jacob Wolver. Though it's not a grand slam, it's another RBI, now 5 of them here tonight for Jacob Wolver. Solid piece of hitting there, and again, we have seen this throughout tonight from this Johnston team in game 2. Not trying to do too much with the swing, taking what is there, taking what is given to them. An RBI single. Back-to-back RBI singles from Johnston with Tilgis and Wolver. It'll be Connor Caney stepping in. He's got a couple of RBIs to his credit. He has reached all 3 times, was hit by a pitch in the first, walked in the third, and singled in the 4th. Called strike 1-1. The Fuqua pitch. Down below the knees, 2 balls and 1 strike. Still nobody out in the 5th inning and 3 runs across already, an 11-0 game for Johnston. Well, if you would have told me we were going to see a 12-3 game and now an 11-0 game between the 4th and 5th ranked teams in Class 4A, I would have called you nuts. Here we are. 4 in the first for the Dragons, 4 more in the fourth. They have plated 3 here in this 5th inning. I'm looking for more. That one tipped into the putt of the catcher. And the count goes full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Bases loaded, nobody out. 11 runs on 8 hits for Johnston. There's a strikeout, getting that first out as Caney goes down. For the first time, able to solve him.
Next up,
Here comes Sam Neville.
26, Sam Neville.
Neville, left-handed swinging first baseman. Been hit by a pitch a couple of different times in between. Struck out looking. This one drilled down the right field line. That is down against the fence. It'll be extra bases for big Sam Neville. 1 run is in. Here comes the second run. A 2 RBI double for Sam Neville. He blasted that one down the line. Nice swing there. It is now 13-0 Johnston. Wow. Couple of runs across again. Just 1 out this inning, and Waukee going to go back to the bullpen searching for answers. 13-0 Dragons lead this one. We're coming back. A new pitcher into the game for Waukee. Continuing on high school baseball. We're back with more in a moment.
In a recent spring storm, a freak tornado formed and moved through the north side of Shunkirk Chevy Waukee. Depending on damage, most new vehicles with minor cosmetic imperfections. Affected new Chevys will be sold for thousands below market value, with a limited number of storm-damaged vehicles available. Time is of the essence to take advantage of this opportunity. You get the rebates and discounts. Now take thousands more off storm-damaged vehicles. Limited time savings. Shunkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise and your lights will go on. That's because at MidAmerican Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Welcome back to Waukee as we play in the top of the 5th inning. Game 2 has belonged to the Johnston Dragons, and they lead 13-0 over Waukee. Game 1, it was the complete opposite. It was Waukee, a 12-3 win in that one. Crazy circumstances there. You get these splits quite often when you're talking about 2 really talented teams, and that is the case here. Get you up to date on some scores from across central Iowa. Make our way over. Ankeny and West Des Moines Valley playing their double dip tonight. It was a Game 1 victory for the Valley Tigers over the Ankeny Hawks, as they got it done by a score of 6-1. In Game 2, though, well, same kind of turnaround, as Ankeny leads that one by a score of 13-6. First pitch, a ball up in the zone to Jordan Rush. Waukee back to the pen, trying to get a couple more outs here in the 5th inning. Pitch up and in, missing for a ball. 2-0 the count. From the stretch with 2 on. Ball missing away. From the stretch, back to the plate again. Ball 4. So Rush is aboard after the 4-pitch walk, and a rough start from things out of the bullpen for Matthew Young Arias.
Number 2, Riley Clark.
It'll be Riley Clark. Bases loaded for Clark, who's batting in place of Ben Wilmis. Saw Riley Clark. He got an at-bat late in the first game. First pitch inside nearly hit him. So we got the runner for Wolver. He is over at third base. Neville at second. And Rush at first. Clark just behind that pitch, 1-1. Working out of the bullpen here, Matthew Young-Arias, a senior. Pitch well off the plate, 2-1. 13-0 our score. Top of the fifth inning. Just one out. Tried to frame that one in, couldn't get the call, 3-1. Clark looks out and watches ball 4. Another one plated there. As Johnston has batted around.
Now hitting number 1.
10th batter on the walk. Runner for Wolver comes in. That is now the 6th run plated this inning. And a pitch missing for a ball, 1-0. Another pinch hitter up for the Johnston Dragons. Cole Moss, a junior. Moss, certainly a name that's been a big part of Johnston baseball here recently. Cade Moss. A few seasons. Playing with the big squad. Here's Cole's opportunity. Gabe Swanson out here in this spot, the number 2 hole for Johnston. And there's a called strike, 2-2. $14-0. 4 in the first, 4 in the fourth, 6 in the fifth. Here's a flip to second, but it gets away from the second baseman into short right field. 2 runs will come in on the air. Parker Hirsch flipped it over to the second baseman. That one just got away on the throw. Got the ground ball, certainly got the ball that you wanted there, and then the defense back behind can't make the play. 2 more runs in. It is now 16-0.
Now hitting number 18, Jackson Stewart.
8 runs this inning for Johnston. After taking their first loss in game 1 of the season, they are ready here in the second game. Pitch up and in for a ball. Another pinch hitter for Johnston. That's Jackson Stewart. Getting some cuts. He watches a pitch in there for a called strike. Stewart, a pitcher by trade. Couple opportunities already this year out there on the mound. 1 a start, 1 out of the bullpen, a 1-0 record. 7 strikeouts in 5 innings pitched. Now getting some swings. Pitch up, 2-2. Looking through, Stewart looking for his first hit of the year. Pitch up at the neck. And the count goes full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. $16-0. Johnston over Waukee. Popped into right field. That is in for a hit. Station to station. The runner will move up to third. Other runner to second. And the hit.
Now hitting number 12,
solid swing.
Aidan Den.
Now it'll be Caden Den, who's hitting in his spot. He was being DH'd for earlier with Caden Steck. Now he'll get a swing at it. Just one out, bases loaded. 8 runs in already this inning for Johnston. 4 on a grand slam in the first. They doubled it up with 4 in the fourth and have doubled up again with 8 here in the fifth. And that'll be another run in as Deng's hit by the pitch. Well, we have seen plenty of that here tonight. Counting up the number of hit by pitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them to this point. Another run plated, now 17-0. This one goes all the way back.
7, Nick Crandall.
It'll be Nick Crandall getting a chance. Well, tip of the ball cap to Coach Barta, getting everybody some swings here as this one has gotten out of hand. 17-0. 17 runs on 10 hits. 4 errors back behind for the Waukee side. There's a called strike, 1-1 to Crandall. Crandall started in game 1. Took the loss for the Dragons as he swings at that pitch. 1-2 the count. Called ball off the plate. Crandall, he can swing it though a little bit. Hitting .286, 4 hits in 14 at-bats. There's a swing and a miss, and he's down on strikeout for the second out of the inning. 2 away as we continue in the top of the fifth. 9 runs plated to this point for Johnston.
16, Jacob Wolver.
Bases loaded, and here's Jacob Wolver, the starting pitcher. And he's got another chance with the bases loaded. Wolver, a grand slam in the first, a single, and an RBI back in the fifth. Also walked, and the runner for him scored a run, walked, was stranded at third. Nearly a perfect performance here for Wolver. Swing and a miss at that cut, though, 1-2. $17-0 our score. Ball just low below the knees, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, the pitch. This one fouled out of play. Mention we'll see Johnston again next Monday as they make their way up to Ankeny. Should be a real good game there. The Hawks, and had a chance to see Brody Breck throw, taking the loss on Monday in our coverage here on KXNO, as this one's fouled back again. Count stays at 2-2 to Jacob Wolver. 2 outs, bases loaded. And a ball, 3-2. Can allow the runners to get a little bit of an extra jump. Long look in, and now we're back ready for play. Ball 4. Oh, the 6-1 brought in for Wolver as he reached for the 3rd time via walk. 2 for 2, 3 walks. And a courtesy runner going to come in. That is the 10th run across as it continues to get away. in a big time way. Connor Caney with the bases loaded. He's having himself a night. 1 for 2, reached on a walk, also was hit by a pitch. Also scheduled next week to make our first stop outside of the CIML, heading up to DCG, Dallas Center Grimes. They're off to a good start this year, as Norwalk will make the trek up. Getting a look at some of the good 3A teams here in our area. Called strike, 2-1 to Caney. Also, our baseball coverage continuing the week after the 4th of July. Ankeny Centennial, Dowling Catholic, Southeast Spoke Ankeny, Roosevelt, Southeast Spoke, all on the schedule. Waukee, Johnston, again, as they'll play towards the end of the season. And before you know it, we will be starting district play in classes 1A and 2A. That begins on Tuesday, July 14th. Sub-state play in Class 4A will begin on Friday, July 17th. 2-2. Tap foul. State baseball tournament begins on Saturday, July 25th, runs through Saturday, August 1st. Also going on concurrently this year with the state softball tournament, as that was moved back a week. Going to be a busy time for a lot of people. There's called strike 3, and able to get out of the inning. 10 runs put on the board, though, by Johnston. They lead a big 18-0. And they are 3 outs away from ending their losing streak at 1. Coming back, more high school baseball in a moment.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
Welcome back to high school baseball on KXNO, presented in part by Bennigan's. Merle Hay Road, look on out there for a great meal over the lunch hour and night out. Wonderful happy hours, maybe after the game. Got that crowd making your way back to Johnston. Make it Bennigan's for a late night dinner. They'll hook you up there. Done a great job with the renovations, TVs all the way throughout, and also staying safe. Presenting sponsor of our high school baseball coverage here on KXNO. A thank you to them. Also, thank you to Rush Niggett of Brick Gentry Law PC for your business law needs. Rush Niggett can help you out. Mike's Auto Service in Clive, just up the road a ways here from us. Helped me out just a few weeks back. Had a tire issue. Cropped up, showed me the problem, gave me some options, and back on the road. That's Mike's Auto Service. By Wolf Roofing. It's that time of year. You've been thinking about it, know it needs to be done. It's never fun, but it's the joys of home ownership and that new roof, Wolf Roofing. Most projects done on it in a day. Slow grounder to the left side. The throw. Oh, Tilgis. Just an absolute dart for the first out. And retires the runner. 5-3 on the putout.
Pitcher number 2, Matt. Oh boy. Okay, yeah, that's what he said.
1 out. 18-0 game. Things starting to get out of hand here. Also, thank you to Hartung and Schrader Law with us throughout this baseball season. JD Brad and all their great associates at Hartung and Schrader. This one's popped out to the right side, going to be down the right field line, and foul ball. And also a thank you to the Roshan Corporation. You see them around town, a lot of construction. They worked on many of the new schools here in Waukee throughout the last few years. Roshan Corporation presents our hard hat player of the game. Right after we wrap up here, we will hand it out, and I think I have a pretty good idea. I know where we're going to go with this one. 0-2. Pitch missing up. Cooper Kraus waiting on deck. Another off-speed pitch. That one up and in for a ball. And it's 2-2. Matthew Young-Arias, who came in relief, taps this one back and stays alive at 2 balls and 2 strikes. All Johnston in the second game, 4 in the first, 4 in the fourth, 10 runs in the fifth. Add it all up, it's an 18-0 lead. Curveball spins away, 3-2. Young Arias trying to find his way into the scorebook with the hit. Be the first, this one foul again. He's putting together a nice at bat. Quick conversation out on the mound. As the catcher, Deng going to come over. Talk things over one more time. Waukee, they'll look to regroup after the second game at Ankeny on Friday night. Johnston gets Urbandale. 3-2. There's a pop into left field, but right there to make the play is the left fielder, Parker Shute.
Next up, number 3,
2 outs.
Charlie Andrews.
And Charlie Andrews will come up. Final chance for Waukee, the left-handed swinging Andrews. And the first pitch pumped in for a called strike. It's 0-1. This one fouled back, 0-2. Andrews looking for that first hit of the year. Wolver trying to close it out and get the complete game shutout. He's given up just 2 hits. Curveball called, strike 3. That'll do it. Johnston, the Dragons, come roaring back after falling in game 1 of the doubleheader. 12-3. They win this one 18-0 and salvage the split against the Waukee Warriors. Well, that will do it for our coverage here tonight. Before we get out of here, time to hand out our Roshan Corporation hard hat player of the game. Think this is an easy one. He was a starting pitcher. He gets the complete game shutout. He also had a grand slam. He knocked in 6. It's Jacob Wolver, our Roshan Corporation hard hat player of the game. Congratulations to Jacob. Thank you to Roshan Corporation, a presenting sponsor of our high school baseball here on 1460 KXNO and 106.3 FM, and our video streaming on CISN.TV. A big thank you to them. Final score for the final time. It was all Johnston here in the second game. 18-0. They win it over the Waukee Warriors. Thanks for listening and watching. Video streaming on CISN.TV and on the radio side on KXNO. Good night, everyone.